My name is Pastor Enenche. I'm from Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. Praise God. Just about 4 years ago, my wife walked out of the marriage, and 2 months after, she came back to tell me I was HIV positive. I was wondering how she knew. I asked her if she was HIV positive. She said no. Well, to cut the story short, I ran a test and it was confirmed I was HIV positive. I was believing God. All the signs were showing. Everything, I was afflicted on every side. I was just hoping and believing God that it would change. But it got so bad. In fact, it was really terrible. When I discovered that my life was remaining only one bar, I decided to run to Daddy. I came to Abuja. I was here on Tuesday.
Life was remaining only one bar. That is, the battery went down. One bar left. He ran all the way from Port Harcourt and came here on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, sir. On that Tuesday night, I was privileged to meet Daddy in the office at Gariki at Area 1. Sorry. I met him that night. He gave me a CD and told me, go listen to it. See me during the communion service on Wednesday. I took the CD, went home. On Wednesday, I was here. Immediately after the communion service, Daddy prayed for me on this altar and asked me to run a test on Thursday. On Thursday morning, I went to Gariki Hospital. I ran a test. The first test came out negative. Praise God.
Just sit and tighten your seatbelt. Relax.
Because I told the man that I had tested positive before, he decided to run a second test. The second test came out negative. So he decided to change the kit, and he ran the third test. It came out negative. He picked his phone and called the lab and said, please, he's sending somebody to do HIV test again. This time he called it serology or something. I went there, the test was done, it came out negative 4 times.
And he has all the evidences here?
Hold on.
A doctor was assigned to my case. That doctor called me aside and asked me, why did you run this test? I said I ran it because I was positive before now.
What was your initial weight?
I actually was weighing 105 kg, but I dropped to 70. I'm now weighing 70. Now, this doctor decided to take it personal. He told me he's going to go to another lab to run this test. So he took me to echo scan and paid for another test. This is the 5th test, and it came out negative. This is the result from Gariki Hospital. And this is the result from Echo Scan. I give God all the praise.
Now listen to me. In case you may not understand what is going on. I'm a medical doctor by training. I had seen him for a while. When I saw him, I was alarmed. His weight, he is a very heavy person. He said you were 100 kg.
105.
105 kg. Big man. When I saw him dried up like this, I said, what's wrong? He said, I've not been able to tell people, but I'm HIV positive. I said, what? So what's happening? All the symptoms are there. Frequent stooling, everything is there. As a medical doctor, I said, look, I'm going to pray for you. Are you on the drug yet? He said, not yet. I said, get on the drug. At least drugs are not a sin. You need to be kept alive until your faith can bring your healing.
Hallelujah.
That's what I told him. You need to be kept alive until your faith can bring your healing. So after I prayed for him on Wednesday, 2 things, and I'm talking to you with all sincerity. I told him, go to the lab. If God has healed him, we will know in the lab. If the healing hasn't yet happened, then the doctors will find the baseline level of the immunity and commence him on antiretroviral drugs while we trust God for the healing. So what the doctors were checking was to find where his status was before he can be started on drug if possible, or to check the exact status. And test number 1, negative. 2, negative. 3, negative. 4, negative.
The last two.
The last two were not the regular HIV, now they were confirmatory tests. Antibody check to check the exact status. All negative. This morning I asked him as he was about to go out. I called him, I said, you are a pastor. Everybody is going to watch this testimony. Are you okay to testify to this? He said, why not? God did it.